Leibus, representing the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Thank you, Madam Chair. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for debating. I feel very lucky to have gotten on the docket today. Sorry for keeping you in a little bit later, but I feel so blessed. First, I'll address some of the cons. One of the delegates stated that we should continue with the status quo. A lot of the delegates cited redundancy. If we always followed the status quo, nothing would get done because there would be no change. Clearly, the impetus exists for change. There are a plethora of corporate cover-ups which prevent consumers from knowing things. Clearly, the impetus exists for change. Fear of alteration from the status quo would prevent any progress in general. Also, referring to the redundancy, a lot of the speakers who stood in negation seem to be a little bit confused. Currently, you can't get information about whether or not a product has been genetically modified. 75% of the food products you buy have been genetically modified, and you don't know about it. No website tells you this. This needs to be done through the government in order to ensure that consumers know. Additionally, a lot of the speakers in negation seem to be confused. These aren't nutrition facts. These are things such as external costs of environmental impact, genetic modification, child labor. If you type in Walmart on Google and go to Walmart's website, I find it highly unlikely that there will be a big, bold, yellow sign saying, we use child labor, we genetically modify. This information is stuff that you need to know, and you can only find it through this legislation. Additionally, people say that, one of the speakers said that people don't read labels. That's completely fine. That is completely in your right. If you don't want to read the label, that's fine. That's kind of congruent to not voting. It's your right, it's your decision. Additionally, people say that it's a waste of federal funding. There's no federal funding here. It's done completely through the private sector, so that point is null and void. Some people say that the information will be too much on the package. Through the legislation, if the company cites that there isn't enough information on the package, they can appeal to the committee I'm creating and have it on a website. So, also, one of the speakers said that this will apply to all companies and some companies can't afford it. If you look at the proposal, it's only American or multinational corporations, so big companies. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, ignorance.
Thank you, author. Time has elapsed.
Thank you.
We'll now move on to voting on this proposal. The motion before this assembly. Will the rovers please steal the chambers? And the motion before this assembly is that proposal 171 does pass. All those in favor, your normal speaking voices, please stand and say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Nay. This proposal does pass.